Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we have got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige class for you. And today, coming at you from the Complete Arcane, we've got the Argent Savant. Now, what we're going to talk about is first off, we're going to talk about what is the Argent Savant. Then we're going to talk about how you go about becoming an Argent Savant. Then we're going to go in and we're going to talk about what you get as an Argent Savant. And finally, we're going to talk about how good they are and how you might use them in a build. So let's get started. So first off, what is the Argent Savant? Quite simply, the Argent Savant is a force mage. Basically, they're a mage, a wizard or sorcerer or whatever, really, that specializes in force magic. They like force. It's the purest form of magic. There's really no alternate form for it. Fire, there's fire. You can get it without magic. Same with ice. And earth. You can get substitutes for them without magic. There are definitely mundane ways. Acid as well, and sonic. Yeah, there's ways to get all of that without magic. Force, not so much. Force requires magic. And force is also one of the most potent forms of magic. It's quite a bit more powerful than fire. It's much, in terms of damage, okay, it tends to be one of the least damaging, but it's harder to resist force than other forms, which is quite nice since, being resisted isn't good. You want to deny your opponent as many resistances as possible. And force is a great way to do that. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about what it takes to become an Argent Savant. So the Argent Savant, well, it's fairly simple actually. First off, it takes a couple of skills. It takes 6 ranks in Knowledge Arcana and 12 ranks in Spellcraft, which quite frankly are skills you're gonna probably want to have anyways, because those are just really good skills to have for spellcasters. You should be maxing those anyways. If you don't understand why, check out my video on that, because I do have a video on that. Let's see. And spells, you have to be able to cast 5 spells with the Force descriptor, and at least one of them has to be 5th level. Okay. Makes sense. I mean, if you're going to be going into this class, you're going to want a bunch of force spells. Because if you don't have that, then why are you in this class? It makes no sense. So, yeah. Might as well have those. It's pointless not to. And that's all it takes to get in. So really, this class is basically free to enter. If you're actually interested in any of the abilities this class gets, it's basically free to enter, which is kind of nice. So yeah, let's talk about what they get. So D4 hit dice, not great. Pretty bad actually, but it's the same as the Wizard and Sorcerer. So let's see, they get bad base attack bonus. Again, not good, but same as Wizard and Sorcerer. They get a bad Fortitude and Reflex save, but good Will save. Same as Wizard and Sorcerer again. Skills are 2+ int. The skill list is okay. It's got all the knowledges. It's got all the important skills that you're going to want. It's got craft. I don't know. It does have craft, but that's not one of the important ones. It has knowledge. It has spellcraft, and it has concentration. So all the big ones that you really want as a spellcaster, you get. So that's good. 2+ int though, so not the greatest. And that's it for the chassis. It also gets spells at every level except for first. There's only 5 levels in this class though, so at 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th level, you will get spellcasting. So nearly full. You only have to lose 1 level. Not bad for what you get for it. Let's see. First level, you get Force Specialization, which is arguably the best feature that they get. But it's also the level where they don't get spell casting, so it kind of has to be. Basically, what it does is it'll give you a +2 to hit on any force spell that you cast that actually requires a base attack, actually requires an attack roll. So it's not going to help you with magic missile because that just auto hits. So you don't need a +2 for that. But ones that don't just auto hit, you get a +2, so you're more likely to hit. Not only that, but when you go to do your damage, for every die that you roll, you get to add +1. Not one +1 die, but just one extra damage for every die. So magic missile, which tends to do a lot of dice by higher levels, you'll get to add a bunch more damage. So the book actually even says 1d4 points of damage +2 per magic missile instead of 1d4 +1 per magic missile, which isn't bad at all. And then other spells are going to do even more. So yeah, that's definitely the big one that they get. Quite potent. They also get force armor at 2nd level. That one just makes it so that when they use any sort of force spell that increases their armor, that it increases their armor by 2 more than it would. So mage armor would give a +6 bonus to AC instead of the standard +4. So not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's see. Enduring force they get. So basically, any force spell that they cast that isn't instantaneous will have the extended spell and will last twice as long. Specify not instantaneous, but it says twice as long. So 2 times 0 is 0. So it's not going to do anything to instantaneous. But yeah, anything that's not instantaneous will be doubled, which can be nice, and that's just at no cost. It just acts as if it was extended, but it doesn't up the spell level or anything. Oh, and also any force spells you cast are going to be harder to resist. The spell save DC actually goes up by 4. So yeah. Yeah, or not the spell save DC. Let's see, the DC required to dispel or counter. So, if someone wants to dispel your 4 spells, they're going to have the DC is going to be 4 higher than normal. Also, if they want to counter, like say they use counter spell with dispel magic or with the same spell, their DC is going to be 4 higher. So it's going to be a lot harder to counter spell you, and also harder to dispel your magic, which is good. It's very good. They also get a Blade Force. This one's actually not too bad. So a Blade Force, I actually forgot what it is, but let me think for a sec. Oh yeah, a Blade Force. Oh, that's sorry about that. Yeah, a Blade Force. Basically, it's DR against Force. So it's gonna. Anytime you take Force damage, you can subtract your class level from that damage and take a little bit less. Not bad. So if you're ever taking Force damage, you take less of it. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Are these later ones the best? No, but they're a lot better than than most class features you can get that still offer full spell casting. And you can think of it as, force specialization cost you a spell level, and the rest are just bonuses. So it is actually very much worth going all the way with this class, despite the fact that the best feature comes in 1st level, just because the other ones are good enough and you're getting spell casting all those levels. And finally, at 5th level, you get Unbind Force, which lets you basically dispel any force effect, as a standard action. Yeah, it doesn't cost any resources. You just do it. You can do it as many times per day as you want. So they're just really good at unbinding force. So anytime you come across a wall of force or any other sort of permanent force effect, or even just ones that last a long time, you can just get rid of them. Not only that, you only have to be within 60 feet. And not only that, when doing so, anyone who's within, I think, 10 feet of it, 10 feet is going to take is going to take damage depending on the spell level. So whatever spell level it is, they'll take that many D6 points of damage. So kind of nice. You can, sort of turn those force spells against your enemies, which is pretty cool. And that's everything that they get. So how good are they? In terms of force specialization, quite good. And force magic is one of the best types of magic in the game. So specializing in that to get some bonuses, definitely worth one lost spell level. As I mentioned before, it's worth going all the way. The features other than force specialization, they're okay. But honestly, they're well worth it to continue going, since you're not losing any spell casting after first level, so you might as well pick them up. Very much worth it. That first level, losing one for it, honestly, if you don't go all the way, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it, one level dip without it. You might as well get everything if you're going to go into this. And yeah, it's pretty solid all in all. How well could it mix? Well, you could do it with Wizard or Sorcerer. It really doesn't matter. I'm not sure if Wu Gen or anything like that actually gets enough force spells to really make this worthwhile, but anything that has force spells, so Wizard, Sorcerer. It does have to be Arcane, though. I was just checking on that. Divine won't work. Let's see. On top of that, there is one other prestige class that would work really good with this. I believe this one is from Complete Mage. It's the Force Missile Mage, which focuses on like magic missile and chain missiles, which are both force spells. So this one would combine really well with that in order to, make those spells even more potent, since those are all force spells. So, that one also loses casting at first level, so, but has it at the other 4 levels. It's very similar to this one actually, and they work great together. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about the Argent Savant, or as they're sometimes known, the Force Mage. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 content, because I do one of these on every single class, race, and prestige class in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. So ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. Anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you